What's up everyone? Today is Friday and this video is for all of you League of Legends fans out there because I'm a huge League fan myself and it's usually what I'll find myself playing in my free time, but we've got some big news to go over because according to Riot Reeve, we have 3 new champions coming and we've got updates on reworks for Volibear and Fiddlesticks. Yesterday on the 10th, someone made a Reddit post asking if anyone knew when the next champion roadmap was and Riot Reeve responded to it himself. Just finished it recently and sent it to get LOC'd. Plan is to have it out on the 16th next week. Lots of content in this one, going to be talking about Volley, Fiddle, and 3 new champions. Someone then asked and commented if he could reveal what classes they would be, and Reeve didn't tell us, but we already know that one of them has to be an AD carry, because if we look back at the champion roadmap that came back out in April, Riot Reeve himself said that we were supposed to be getting a non-traditional marksman in late 2019. And just below where he said that, he left us off with a little gif that appears to be teasing the new AD carry in question. And if we look closely at it, it kind of has this shadowy, energy-piercing light look to it, which might imply a Shadow Isles champion or maybe a Zon champion. But if we look right behind it, we can see some interesting markings that have to be there for a reason. The most plausible idea seems to be that the new champion is from the Shadow Isles, because if you go to the League Universe page where it has the interactive map of Runeterra and you click on the Shadow Isles and you look at it back when it was called the Blessed Isles, there's one image that stands out. The architecture of the building looks pretty close to the markings we saw in the gift teaser, and maybe it's a stretch, but if we compare the two side by side, it does have its similarities. And the building has those circles, and though they might be hard to see, the markings on the wall have them as well. So we've got that, and like I said, it might be a stretch, but I think that with Halloween and the harrowing around the corner, it's not too unlikely. But back in August, Riot accidentally added a splash art to the PvE for a champion that we don't know the name of, which is really low res and unfinished, and she's got this big old weapon that kind of looks like scissors. And it also reminds me of Aurelia's old weapon, but it also reminds me of Echo or a Zon-looking champion. But who is this chick? Some people have theorized that it's Senna, Lucian's wife, or ex-wife, my bad, and then some people have theorized that it's Aphelios, which is a champion that Voyboy leaked in a video of him playing against Riot playtesters, which I will go over a bit more later. But then there's other people that are saying no, it's not Senna, no, it's not Aphelios, and it's a completely separate champion. But let's go through each possibility so we can try to draw our own conclusions, starting with the Senna theory. I already discussed the markings that we saw in the gift teaser that we got, which half supports the idea of it being Senna, since she's definitely related to the Shadow Isles, having been trapped in Thresh's lantern and all. And if we take a closer look at the splash art down at her hand, just look at those fingers. They look really deformed, you know, unless the guy who drew them has a hard time drawing hands, but I doubt that's the case. So yeah, those look gross, and it's a feature that Shadow Isles creatures might have. Then if we look up at her hair, which seems to have a bluish glow to it, as well as her eyes, that supports the idea of it being a Shadow Isles champion or Senna as well. Her weapon is an important aspect to the theory too, because it has a blue energy looking field thing in the middle of it, and that weapon itself is big and looks unwieldy. The reason why that's important though is because if we look back at Lucian's lore, both Senna and Lucian have weapons that don't have triggers. You basically have to use your heart to make it fire or something, and I think that's one of the biggest things that supports the theory, because I can't see a trigger on the weapon in the splash art. And then if we just compare Senna's art to the splash art, all that we've really got going on there is that they're both dark-skinned women. There's not too many similarities in the art, but it's probably safe to assume that she looks different now after being in the Shadow Isles. This League player also tweeted this photo of a challenge that apparently says to win a game as Senna, and I don't know how credible this is, but it's there. But on top of all this, they just released a new short story about Lucian, and it has Senna in it, and I didn't read it all because I'm at work and it's really long, but to me, this just about confirmed that Senna would be the new champion, or at least someone relating to Lucian. I'd suggest giving it a read, and I will link it in the description. So those are my reasons behind thinking that it's Senna, but as for Aphelios, there's really not that much supporting it other than the fact that we have a new splash art for a new champ, and we have a new name for a new champ. And I think the root word behind the word Aphelios is aphelion, which is defined as the point in the orbit of a planet at which it is furthest from the sun. So I think in that case, Aphelios probably has to be relating to the sun or something, and I think that that splash art is completely unrelated, and I believe that it belongs to a different champion entirely. So yeah, that is what I've gathered on a potential new champion for League of Legends, and of course this is all just speculation and I might be very, very wrong, but I thought I would make this video because I want to see what you guys have to say. So what do you guys think the new champion is? And if there's any details that I might have left out, please let me know, because I'm very interested to know myself. And well, the weekend is coming up, guys, so I'm gonna head out. I'll be seeing you guys shortly with another video. Have a good one, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.